Hi crafters, this is Crafty Sabby, and today we are going to do a tutorial on how I create my vintage style envelopes. So a lot of you commented on wanting to see how I get this sort of vintage style on my envelopes. And before we get into it, I just want to say that, this project really wasn't my original idea. This is just how I do it. There are a lot of people making these sort of envelopes on YouTube right now, and the one that sticks in my mind the most is Nazi from Amity Bloom, and she does a great job on her envelopes too. But this is just the way I do it. It's a bit of a messy process, but I like the outcome. And then I just decorated them sort of in my own style. And I've already done a video on how I create my paper clips. So this will be the video on how I get the envelopes done. So this may be a two-part video. So what we'll do is we'll work on how I get the envelopes to look like this, and then we'll do another one if there isn't enough time to just add embellishments and such, okay? So anyhow, let's put these aside. So I'm gonna tell you what you're gonna need. You'll need some envelopes, and you can use any style, any size envelope that you want, really. This is the size that I like because they fit into the journals or journal pages and pockets really well. It's a good size for that. And so so you'll need envelopes. The other thing that you're going to need is, if you would like, you can use your distress inks. This one is a well-used vintage photo and a walnut stain. So those are kind of my go-tos. So I'll be using those. And then if you have something like these, you can use them. Not necessary, but I love these Distress Mica Spray. They're from Tim Holtz, and I got them in silver and what is this? Bronze probably, and gold. This one is antique. Oh, sorry, varnished brass, antique linen, antique bronze, and brush pewter. So I think they came in a package like that. So they're nice and shiny and sparkly, and I like to use them sort of at the end to kind of give a little bit of shine to everything. If you don't have those, you can also use your Perfect Pearls. If you have Perfect Pearls is by Ranger. I have Heirloom Gold and Perfect Pearl in those, so those will work just fine also. And sometimes I use my there's some Distress Stain, spray stain. These are really dark and a little bit more difficult to use, but if you have something like that, you could also use those. Just put those aside. The other thing you'll need is a coffee mixture. So whatever strength you like. This is pretty dark, so I got a lot of coffee in there, but that's the way I like it. And maybe a little, sorry about my hands, a little sponge brush, okay? So I'll show you, this is how I do it. It's quite messy, but it's fun, and it's not very hard at all. So I think I've told you once before in the past, and I don't remember what video that's on, but your distress inks will react with liquid, so water or coffee. And so what I like to do is put my distress ink on my envelope first, and then I'm going to spray it with coffee. And then the two react together and gives me a color that I really like. So let's go ahead and start that. So this is not, I already said, this is not a neat project, so you're going to get dirty, okay? So I just very roughly put the distress ink on my envelope. I like to go a little darker around the bottom edges and the creases here. It doesn't matter how you put this on. It doesn't matter if you cover the whole thing, and it doesn't matter if you have lighter or darker spots. That's what kind of adds to the whole thing. And we'll do both sides. So while I'm doing this, I'm going to tell you, I haven't been posting a lot of videos because I live, quote unquote, in the country. And our internet is horrible. And lately it's just been that much worse, where it used to take an hour or 2 hours or something, which is already bad enough, to upload a video. Now, the last video I uploaded took me nearly a day and a half. Like, I'm not exaggerating. So something's wrong. But I'm going to get this up there, hopefully however long it takes, and get it up to you guys soon. So now that that's done, you're going to take your coffee mixture and you're going to spray it. I forgot to mention the other thing you guys will probably need is a heat tool of some sort. You could just let them air dry, but I am not patient enough for that. So, okay, so at this point I'm going to just spray my coffee mixture on the front of the envelope. And I'm going to give it a little rub with my brush. Okay, and now we're going to make a bit of noise, and I'll fast forward through this if it gets just a little too long. So the other thing I wanted to tell you is, and you all know this probably already, the closer you put your heat tool, okay, obviously the more, you know, greater chance that your paper could catch fire, and we don't want to be burning down any craft rooms. But I kind of like to get a little bit close right before this, right close enough that, you know, right before the smoke comes, kind of. But I find that that gives a nice yellowing to the paper. So I'm going to go ahead and show you that. It's going to be a little bit noisy for a minute, okay? If you wanted to, you could even now distress this a little bit more. Or if you like it just like that, you could leave it. Depending on how light or dark you want it. I think I might want a little bit more. In here. Okay. Spray a little more coffee on there. Okay, I'm just gonna hit this again really quick. Okay, I like that a bit better. I'm happy with that now. So, don't forget to do the back. Okay. See if I can't speed through this so you don't have to watch. Okay, so that's the back done now. Okay, so now that the envelope is dry, I'd like to, and I'm happy with that color, so you could keep going if you'd like. You could keep making it darker if you'd like to. So I actually would like to put a little bit more distress ink along the edges here. There, that looks really pretty now. Okay. All right, and then we'll just use the Perfect Pearls and give it a shake. And I'm just gonna spray some Perfect Pearls on there because I like the shine that it gives. There, let me just heat this up really quick. Okay, and you want to do the back. Okay, so that's pretty much it for the drawing. So I don't know if you can see the shimmer at all on there, but it's there. And it looks so pretty, and I really like the way that one turned out. So that's the worst part. So that's the dirty, messy part over with, okay? So, so before we move on to the next step, I'm actually just going to get rid of this thing. There. Okay, so I made a few other ones so we wouldn't have to sit through this process, but this one I used a little bit of walnut stain this time, and same thing. I did the same process that you saw, but I just did it a little lighter. This will probably really stand out more if I inked around the edges. And to make it a bit darker. So when I use that one, I'll probably go ahead and do that. But yeah, that one came out really pretty. And this one was, I used the Vintage Photo, but just a little less. And you can see how the Vintage Photo reacts with the coffee, and I really like that. Because I didn't rub it out with the brush as much. I just kind of let it pool on top, the coffee, and that's how it looks. And you can see they're getting darker as I go. And then this one, I basically did the same as that. I think I used walnut stain on this one. There. Okay, so, and here's the one that we just made. So you can change the variation of your colors, and you can achieve that just with your distress inks and your coffee and maybe some Perfect Pearls. The next thing that we're going to do is you could either, if you wanted to stamp something on this, you could, like, you can just vaguely see a stamp there. So if you have a stamp that you like or you want to use, I would go ahead and do that now. So I'm going to use this stamp, and I'm just going to stamp down on here. What will we use? Let's try the walnut stain, see. Okay, just ink up your stamp. And And I'd like to put that here. You know, this is just like a layering process, you know, just to try to achieve what you like, one step at a time. So that actually looks really nice on there. So I like that a lot. Try that. Okay, and then I'm gonna get my, let's see. This is my big kick from Sizzix. And I want to emboss. Okay, so while I was in the process of explaining how you get the embossing on your envelope, I actually tore my envelope because I didn't have my cutting plate set properly. So I changed envelopes. So we're still at the same place that we were before. I just had to use another envelope. So I went ahead and stamped it. So we're just right back where we were. So you just want to now at this point take your embossing folder and put it somewhere on your envelope, wherever you like it. However, it's going to have to fit into your cutting machine without any of the edges hanging over or getting caught anywhere. So that's kind of one thing you're going to have to look out for. So I'm just going to put it in. I don't want the whole thing covered up, but I wonder if a bigger embossing folder would be better. I don't have any here now, but anyway, we'll go along with this. So if you don't want your flap embossed, I would take your flap and fold it on itself so that when it goes through the die cutting machine, it doesn't get embossed. So we'll just put the top part on our sandwich here. Okay, and we will roll this through. Just like that. I go this way and I'll go back this way. Just put this aside and I will show you. So that's how it looks. I like how it's embossed right over the stamp and a little bit on this side. And so far so good. That looks really pretty. Okay, so now our envelope is stained and stamped and embossed. So really all that's left to do is decorate. So let me get you guys a little bit closer here. And I'm going to show you how I decorated it with my paper clips and things that I came up with. So I'm going to actually use the ones that we made together on the last video that I posted. And these are the paper clips that we made. Just using layered up fabric. And this was the other one. Oh, sorry. And we also made some paper clips with doilies. So we can use some of those and maybe we'll just create some things as we go. So I really like the stamping and a little bit of the embossed here showing. So I think I'm gonna put this paper clip on this side. So even if you want to, in most of my envelopes, I will put a scrap, like a coffee stained paper, which I don't have now, for writing inside there. What I'm talking about is for like say these ones here. These have a tag, and then also inside I have extra paper for journaling. But those are all details. That's stuff that you could do after. So it just goes on there. Okay, anyhow. So we pre-made this paper clip last time, so I'd like to use that, I think, on this one. This one might even be too big for... Yeah, it will be. Anyways, we'll do this one. So I'll just put that on there. That looks pretty. And I think I just want to add something right here. So this is also a good time to get your bin of scraps and things out. So what do we want to put there? I would just like to put a small thing, so maybe we can layer up a little bit. So I'm just grabbing scraps out of my bin. Nothing fancy. So I like this little bit. I don't waste too much time on it. I just layer it up and see what happens. If I don't like it, I find something else. And that's kind of how you do it, trial and error. So I'm gonna just cut a little piece of this with my pinking shears. And I just made a little square. So probably just layer that up on there. And then I have another little piece of doily that I probably already used for something. Let's see. I'm just making another little square out of that. Little square, well, kind of. And I'll grab my glue gun. And I'm going to layer up these things. And there. Oh, did I use the wrong? No, I didn't. Just attach that. And I would actually, I'll probably actually just stick this one right down to the envelope. So put a little glue there. And this blank corner right here, I'm just going to put this. And see, it just doesn't take a lot. Just use your scraps. And just take that little bit, and I'm just going to stick it right on there. It doesn't have to be straight or even. And then I have a little button, and I just put some gold and white thread through it. And I'm going to just stick that right in the middle. Just like that. So there. That's how it came out. Just a little layering, and it looks so pretty and doesn't take a lot of time. And this can be removed, so that would be equally as pretty, just like that. Or you can make any paper clip that you want. Let's just say you want this one instead. You could just attach that, and look how pretty that looks. So there's that. Yeah, I think I like it like that. What else? So I was going to use this one, but it is too... Well, who says that we can't go the long way? So yeah, we could go this way. Why not? Okay, let's try that. So I just have another envelope, so same process. You can see the shine on that one. And I love this one. And should we stamp this one? Let's see what we have. I have this I've shown you guys this stamp set before. I know I'll get questions about it because it really is a nice one, but it is old and it's some cling stamps from Recollections. It is called Vintage Ads from Michaels, and I don't remember when I got this. It's been some time, like years. But I'll show you the stamps. They're so nice. And I've shown this before, but you might be able to look it up. Get my stamp press, and we'll put this little stamp on there. I just want to stamp the bottom of our envelope. Something on there. Okay. My ink is going dry, I think. And I'm just going to put that on the bottom. That looks cute. So our envelope is actually going this way this time. And I don't think I'm going to emboss this one, because this paper clip that we made last time is long enough. So I'm just going to put that right on there. And I'm going to leave that one just like that. I wonder if I should add something to it. Sorry, I get kind of quiet when I start the process. Let's see, what else could we do to it? You know what, I don't know. I don't think it needs too much else. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna leave that one like that. So yeah, so again, I would just put some paper inside of it and use that in my journal. So that's another one. Let's see what else we have. So we have one more. What can we do? Let's go back to that dark fabric. A paper clip here. Yeah, I think I'm going to stamp this one again. Let's see. I think this time I'll go back to my big stamp here. I love this stamp. Oh my gosh, it's like my new favorite thing. And I just was debating if I should put it on an angle or, you know what, we'll just go like this. Looks so nice. And shall we emboss? Yeah, we will. Okay. Get this back out again. I like this one. That's called Organic Flourish. Oh, I'll tell you, the first one that we used was called Swirls. That's what it looked like. And this one is Organic Flourish. That's what it looked like. And I think we'll just kind of go up the side. Okay, I'm gonna put it in like that. Just kind of on the edge like that. And it'll fit into my machine here, so we're all good. And let me just roll it through. And there we go. Just a little embossing. I didn't get the top because I folded it up like this before we rolled it through. And that's how it looks at the back. So that looks really cute already. And let me see if I can get you to go back a little bit. Okay, and let's see. We'll cover up the embossing, but it's under there. Oh, we'll go this way. You know it's there. And I can put something here. You know what I was gonna put on this one? I have this button. I'm sorry, I know, I'm scatterbrained right now. I have a button that would go perfectly with that. But where would I put that now? I really like this button, but now where will I put it? I just don't want it to look so random. I have this, but it already has a button. I wonder if I could remove that button. Well, of course we can remove it. I'm the one who installed it. Okay, wait. Okay, wait, let's see. Let's try to cut this off. I really like this button, and I don't think I'm going to feed anything through it. I'm just going to put it right on there. Just like that. So pretty. And I think I might put this whole thing on here. There's a lot of layering happening now. And there we go. Oh, I like that better. Sorry, I just totally abandoned the other one. Love it. Okay. I'm so much happier now. Okay. We'll just leave that one to dry for a minute there. So back to this one now. So we were going to do something there. Let's see. What do we have? That's just way too much. So what would the harm, we might put, well, I kind of like that on top of there. But it's a paper clip, so maybe we could build something of our own. Let's see. Okay, I got my giant box of doilies. So what can we put there? Let's see. We'll start with cream color. I want it in the middle. I don't know. Let's see. And we'll put a white and oh, I already have some pre-made ones. Let's see how that looks. Oh boy. Maybe I'm just overthinking now, guys, or maybe it's just like overkill. Oh, these are pretty. Okay, I think that's what we're gonna do right there. Maybe I'll put white. Okay, yeah, I think something smaller is better. So let me just clean up this doily a little. Trim this down. Okay, I'm gonna go right here with some glue. Put some more on here. Clean this up. And we'll put some here. Just like that. And do we need a button? A little itty bitty one. Yep. All right. There, I think I like that better. There we go. Yeah. And sometimes something little plainer is better, although it's not that plain, but. And again, I would just fill that envelope. So, I think that's what I wanted to show you. So the ones we made are just, I didn't really use ephemera on any of them, and I'll show you what I mean in a second. So these are just really fabric pieces, but you could use your fabric, you can use ephemera, you can use, you know, any of those little like journaling cards or anything that you have that you like to embellish with on your envelopes. So those are the ones we just made, and like these, like up here, I just attached a little pin that looks cute, and see, like on here, I just used a piece of fabric back there and attached a little card to it, just grungied it up a little, sprayed some coffee on it, and that's how they come out. So you can have so much fun playing around and figuring things out. That's a little paper clip. You know, this all comes off. So you've seen these all before, but anyway, so you get the idea. So that's it, you guys. So that is my process on how I make my envelopes and decorate them. So I hope this helps a little. Let me know if you have any questions at all, and I'll be happy to answer them, okay? Hope you guys are all well. Take care and have fun. We'll see you later. Bye.